Good morning, everybody. Fridays with Father. It's December the 17th, and we're not far away from Christmas now. Yes, it's the fourth week of Advent, and it's frosty outside. It's a bit chilly, but it's very sunny, which is a lovely thing to report. And I'm here with Jonah, who's actually on the floor down below. He may come say hello in a little while. In the meantime, I just wanted to show you this. Yes, I was given this, by somebody in the food pantry. And they are Reese's peanut butter cups. Now, if you remember last week, I was saying that I didn't grow up with peanut butter. It was a whole new world to me when suddenly I had to give medication to Jonah using a bit of peanut butter, so I was having a bit myself. And I discovered, this is a really nice thing. And so I've been eating peanut butter ever since. I didn't grow up with it. Wasn't common where I came from. And then now I've been given this candy, this chocolate of Reese's peanut butter cups, which I'm going to try. I've never had them. I do recognize them because, of course, they're in the stores. But my youngest brother, Matthew, as a kid, I think when he first came to America to visit, he discovered these and he really liked them. So I know he's a fan of Reese's peanut butter cups. But, I never tried them, did I? And I didn't try them because, as I said, I don't like peanut butter. Well, that wasn't true, was it? Because I'd never tried it until about 2 weeks ago. And now, I really like it. And it goes especially well with chocolate. So, thank you, Jim, for giving me, or introducing me to Reese's peanut butter cups. I'll certainly eat them again, that's for sure. But I was just thinking, like with all things, like I just said, I would say, well, I wouldn't eat these because it would say peanut butter on it. And I would say, well, I don't like peanut butter. What I really meant is that I never tried it. So it's funny how we set like red lines in our life about the things that we will do or we won't do based on, not because we tried it, but because of some like prejudged idea or notion or understanding that, I don't like peanut butter, so, I don't do peanut butter. I don't like ice skating, but maybe I've never been ice skating. It's just that I'm afraid of ice skating. But in my case now, I've taken a step forward. And now I like peanut butter, and my world has changed. A whole new world has opened to me. When we take a little risk or we open ourselves to trying something we do not know or are not familiar with, things change. Whether it's a small thing like peanut butter or something that you eat, or something much bigger like, how about really believing that Jesus is with me 24/7? Imagine. And in some ways we might say that we do believe that, but maybe we don't. Or we do have doubts, but we're not really prepared to test that, But anyway, what I'm saying is that there are possibilities of change, in our life. And we can change. We think we cannot, but we can. I say whether it's peanut butter or whether it's things to do with faith and belief in prayer and knowing that we're not alone and, knowing that we're going to, come out the other end of this pandemic and our faith will still be intact and Jesus will still be with us and there will still be laughter and smiles and there will still be peanut butter on the shelves of the supermarket. Well, we hope so, right? And we have to keep hoping because that's what our faith is based on. So, enough about the peanut butter. I have lots of other things to say to you today, and I've written them down in case I forget. And I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm doing like the parish bulletin live with announcements or advertisements or things like that. That's not my intention, but as there's kind of a lot of things going on at the moment which you may not be aware of, I just want to make sure that you feel invited, So, like this evening, today is the 17th at 6:30 in the evening. We have our Simbangabi celebration. Yes, a Simbangabi Mass. And you think, well, what is that? Well, tonight is when we join with our Filipino brothers and sisters, and we are part of one of their masses of a novena, which goes like a pre-Christmas novena, which is part of the tradition in the Philippines and which is obviously spread over here too. And so we have a nice celebration of Mass tonight with singing, and some of it I think will be in Tagalog, the native tongue, and some of it will be in English, and it's like a novena. But Filipino people, like many parts of the world, they prepare for Christmas with 9 days of prayer, 9 masses, 9 celebrations, and around Schaumburg and the surrounding areas, each church will take a day, and our day is tonight. And so you're welcome to come and join us at 6:30 for our Simbangabi celebration, followed by food, And Filipino people, as you know, are very, very hospitable. And they've told me the kind of food we're going to be eating, which is like pancit, which I like, sort of Filipino noodles. And they're also having lechon, which is suckling pig. I believe they have 50 pounds of it. So come if you're hungry, because there's plenty to eat. But anyway, this is just one of the things that we're doing, preparing for the birthday of Jesus on the 24th, 25th of December. And tonight we have the Simbangabi celebration. I hope you can be here with us. All right, so we have that going along. And then on Sunday evening at 6 p.m, we have a sing-along kind of Christmas concert. So there'll be some kind of like a bit of a prayer involved, and I think I'm responsible for that. And then there'll be sing-along music with the choirs, and there'll be something for the children, and it's intended to be fun. And at the end, there'll be a small bit of hospitality with coffee and cookies or something like that, But again, another way of us to prepare the way of the Lord, to prepare ourselves to be joyful as we move in the direction of Jesus, which is what we want to do at this time. So I hope you can join us at 6 p.m. on Sunday evening in the church. So I talked about peanut butter, and then the next thing I'm going to talk about, yes, getting ready for Christmas, dusting off the old, getting rid of the dust, shaking ourselves off, and moving into a new mode. And the church offers us at this time of the year what we call the Sacrament of Reconciliation, or more traditionally known as confession. So I'm going to be busy in the coming days with a lot of things. But on 2 specific days, we're going to have Advent Reconciliation, the opportunity for you to put yourself at ease with yourself, with God, and with others, and to receive Christ's forgiveness in the sacrament, and to be fresh and ready for the new light of Christmas coming to us very, very shortly. So, how that's going to happen here is in the following way. This coming Saturday, that's tomorrow in fact, between 9:30 a.m. Oh, no. I'm not sure. I think it's 9 and 11. It doesn't matter. I'll be there anyway. Between 9 and 11, the church will be open. Jesus will be exposed in the Blessed Sacrament on the altar. There will be some gentle meditation music playing in the background. There will be a team of people to greet you and to welcome you in. And there'll be 2 stations for confession for 2 hours. I will be hearing confessions in the sacristy, behind a screen. And then Father Dan Smelanik will be hearing confessions in the Eucharistic Chapel, behind the screen, or you have the option to go face to face. So obviously I'll be hearing confessions in English and Spanish, and Father Dan will be hearing English confessions. But it's an opportunity for you to come, to sit before Jesus, to think, well, what do I need to be renewed for? What do I need to be forgiven for? Where, what needs dusting off? What needs, preparing? So, and then when you're ready, go and celebrate the sacrament. Or even if you don't feel ready for that, just come and spend some time with Jesus in quiet, and you might get something out of that too. I'm sure you will. So we're doing that on Saturday, tomorrow, and then we're also doing it on Tuesday. Tuesday, that's the 22nd, I think. I don't know what day it is right now, to be honest. The 22nd, and that's in the evening. That's from 6:30 until 8:30. Again, it'll be the same format, the same people, and you're welcome. So you have two opportunities, a sort of Saturday morning or a Tuesday evening, opportunities for you to be reconciled and to get ready. Again, get ready for Christmas. Everybody's buying Christmas sweaters, or they're, wearing, fancy things. Well, we need to dress up the inside as much as the outside. Okay, so think about Advent reconciliation this coming week. All right, one thing came to me recently: nursery rhymes. Yeah, how do we remember them? I had this conversation with my mother and my father when I was with them in September. It's like when we started reciting nursery rhymes, which we've known it seems like forever, and I don't remember who taught them to us. Who taught me the nursery rhymes? Maybe it's the same with you. I mean, I'm sure it is. But so one came to me of a Christmas theme. Christmas is coming. The goose is getting fat. Please put a penny in the old man's hat. If you haven't got a penny, a halfpenny will do. If you haven't got a halfpenny, God bless you. Right? How do I know that? But it just came to me just a couple of days ago, and I thought, who taught me that? And what does it mean? Really. I mean, obviously it's very old. It probably goes back to Victorian times, I imagine, sort of 19th century, I'd imagine. But yeah, nursery rhymes, and if you allow yourself to think, you know lots of them, but can you remember who actually taught you this rhyme or that rhyme? And the thing is, you just know them without even trying, and it's like muscle memory, isn't it? It's something within you which you just automatically know it. You don't need to be reminded about it. And I thought to myself, that's interesting how we just know these things. And likewise with, I think, our faith, the different prayers that we were taught, or we used when we were kids, and yet they're still in our mind or in our heart, and we don't necessarily remember how we got a hold of them. I was also thinking that when I was a teenager, out of my friends, I suppose I was the most devout of us all. And at the time, when I was 17, my father bought me a car, a vintage Volkswagen Beetle. So, my other friends didn't have a car, so I used to drive them around everywhere. And part of the deal was I used to drive them to Mass. We'd go to Mass together. And it was a fun thing, and I have fond memories of it. But amongst our friends, we went to a Catholic school, but we also had a couple of friends who didn't go to Catholic school. They went to the neighbouring state school or Protestant school. And one of my best friends, Peter, he used to come along with us to Mass. And I remember the first time I took him to Mass, afterwards he came out and he just sort of said, "How do you know all that?" And I said, "What do you mean, how do I know all that?" He said, "Well, how do you know when to stand? How do you know when to sit? And how do you know all those prayers, all those words?" He said, I was agog. He said, "I was just watching you." And and he just reminded me, it's true, that, even my other friends who were, so less practiced or versed in the ways of the faith than me, we were all standing up and sitting down when everybody else, as you do, right, when you go to church. And you think, well, how do I know that? And it's, it's muscle memory, isn't it? Spiritual muscle memory. And it's good for us to work those muscles, I think, really, and to reflect and just to see, in some ways, just how deep our faith in Jesus Christ has penetrated and is there, just like bubbling under the surface, really. And at any given time, in any given situation, you might the faith will just kick in, Jesus just kicks in, and you become alive, if you like, in the Spirit. I always remember being with my friends. We were taking a flight from Burlington in Vermont to Philadelphia in January, and it was like massive turbulence, and it was a very small plane, and we really thought that this was it. We really thought we were toast. We were done. And we were just like being buffeted and thrown all over the place, and the person in front of us was throwing up, and and me and my friend David, we were just there, and we admitted afterwards that just automatically, just prayers were coming from us, just coming out of our mouths, verbally, just to get us through this situation. And that's kind of an extreme version of muscle memory, but in situations in our life, where prayer and faith is needed, it kicks in, Jesus kicks in. It's the spiritual muscle memory of our lives. So anyway, I've come a long way from talking about nursery rhymes to sort of bad flights and turbulence, but you get my point. At least I hope you do, that our faith runs deep, and there is that spiritual muscle there, which is at any given moment ready to sort of kick in. And it reminds us, most of all, that Jesus is with us and Jesus is in us, and that sacrament that you received when you were a baby, when you were baptized, that doesn't wash off, and it's still there, and it kicks in. And that gives us hope for me, because I need all the help I can get, but all the other people who have maybe drifted from the faith, or you feel they've gone away and they're not coming back, but there is that spiritual muscle memory there, and I trust and hope at the right time things will kick in, and Jesus will act and does act for us and for them. So there you are. I think that's more or less what I had to say today. Except to remind you of our Mass schedule for Christmas. I'll be here with you next Friday, but just to give you a taste now of what we're going to do at Christmas time. Our main bulk of our celebrations for Christmas are on Christmas Eve. That just seems to be the tradition or the custom here. Christmas Day obviously does start on the eve. So we have Mass at 2:30, 4:30, and 6:30 in Spanish on the 24th of December, okay? And then on Christmas Day, the 25th, we have one Mass in English at 10 a.m. So 2:30, 4:30, 6:30, and then 10 a.m. on the 25th. And of those Masses, 2 will be streamed on the 24th. The 2:30 in the afternoon, and the 6:30 in the evening in Spanish. Those 2 will be streamed. And if you don't catch them live, they will be on YouTube for you to access as you wish. There was more for me to talk to you about today, but I've got to go and say Mass. In fact, I've got 3 Masses today. I've got the 9 a.m., I've got a funeral at 11, and then I've got Zimbangabi at 6:30. So I won't take any more of your time, but I will be seeing you hopefully this weekend at Mass. In the meantime, be joyful, keep the faith, take care, bye-bye.